re-debut, the return for Mousesports, if they're going to be able to meet the expectations that are likely placed upon their shoulders. Secret will be starting on defense, so they will get ban number 1. And I'll go with Ying.
Yeah, we're actually going to go to Italy eventually. I'm looking forward to that. Never been myself.
Neither have I.
Yeah, it's going to be a new one for both of us.
We're in Italy right now.
What?
And,
because Villa. Yeah.
And then we will be literally in Italy.
Soon.
Yeah.
Man, it feels like right after the Invitational, and we're already doing another one. This is rapid fire. Well, that's good for everybody, I guess. Ying and Dokkaebi going to be banned out here in this Villa match. It means Maverick will still be in play, as well as Nomad. Nomad might not be the most crazy thing, but the Maverick, wow, that's going to, I'm sure, influence most of these rounds quite a lot. There's no hard destructor bans at all, in fact. Thermite and Habana also available. Echo will be banned out. And here we go, the final one from Team Secret. They really are thinking about this one. That'll be Mira.
I was going to say, you've got to be deciding between Mira and Maestro at this point, right? When you're looking at Villa, but Mira can have quite a good impact here. There are a lot of teams that actually don't run Mira on Villa because of the soft floors. You can easily take out Miras from below if there's not any real concerted effort from the defenders to hold control beneath the site. You can end up losing your Miras pretty fast with just a bit of negligence. So we'll see how that plays out. We're going to go to Aviator Games to start things off here. Like I mentioned, Secret will be starting on defense.
We're going to be seeing Jaeger played quite a lot. And it was an interesting match, Chaos versus Empire, just prior, where we saw Jaeger banned out. Lots of grenade play. That's really what kind of a polarizing operator he is. Often goes under the radar, but yeah, can be exceptionally influential on all of these rounds in every match that he's left unbanned. It's going to be Aviator, first things first here for Team Secret. That is in no way surprising. The go-to site for pretty much every team. And we will see Maestro. Maestro's ban rate has, I feel like, declined, as he gets played quite a lot more often, at least today. He hasn't been banned at all. We've seen a lot of Echo bans in this playday for Europe, and I guess that stands to reason. Echo is, I think, a little bit more frustrating than Maestro, a lot less simple to deal with. And also, if Echo's left unbanned, it forces you in a position where you kind of have to bring an IQ. And sure, yeah, you're likely to bring an IQ in this current meta no matter what, but it's nice not to need her all the time, because she will get picked off from round to round. It's going to be a clear here, as you can see, from Master, first thing.
A lot of teams will start on this position, make sure that there's nobody playing, as the Slebin's sensitivity is almost a little nauseating there. Maybe it's just me.
I mean, hey man, to each their own. Some people have really fast sensitivity, some people have really slow. It's, I guess, kind of preference, really.
Well, no, I mean, of course, it's riding alongside that. Lem's in a position now where he's under fire inside of Astronomy. A grenade will go sailing over. He could possibly collect 2, and no! Coffee will cut him down while being able to pick up Shate. And mind you, that down but not out. They're going to go back to 20 HP. Steez is there to take out Shate, and well, good play from Secret as now Leon pressures onto the stairs. He'll collect kill number 2 for Secret, takes out Wilkie. Your only set of smokes, gone. Your only set of frags for Mouse, also gone. Those are 2 pieces of the puzzle that Mousesports is trying to put together here on their attack. That will probably hurt them, given the fact that they're absent for the next minute and 30 seconds.
Aggression here from Team Secret has, I would say, paid off overall. Leon at those middle stairs, or red stairs, I believe. That's a pretty substantial frags early on. Gomfi trying to get control of 90 here. There's going to be some flashes from his teammate there. Motzi to back him up. And there you go. Control of 90 established for Mousesports, and it's down through the drone hole, I have to imagine, from Leon. Wow, that just doesn't happen very often, especially not considering he was moving. Impressive shots there from Leon. He hits those shots more often than not, though, all things considered. So, good round for him already. And Team Secret just looking to hold out these last 2 attackers.
And Leon's going to be pivotal here. You're going to have him as the cornerstone of your defense over the next 40 seconds. Not a lot of opportunity for Mousesports to be able to push on in, as they're pretty starved for utility themselves. Very little that Slebin is going to be able to accomplish with the IQ. And it's just a lot of patience from Secret. They're going to get the pings and the information, and there you go. The Alda rips right through them. Leon Gids, are you kidding me? What a round for Leon Gids. Absolutely impressive performance. And there's nobody from Mouse who's really able to accomplish all that much, given Leon on the board.
Well done to Leon there. I believe a 4K overall in the round, and that was really well done. Got that early pick, and then through the drone hole, and then the last two at the end there. What a round. Now, it'll be Trophy next for Secret after successfully defending Aviator. And we've seen a lot of players struggle on Trophy in the past. In fact, the match we had on Villa earlier, both G2 and Lestream really struggled on this site. So it's going to be a big question mark here, I think, for Team Secret.
It's a good bout of individual performance there from Leon as well. And I mean, we've seen him absolutely take over games here on Villa. The G2 match, he dropped what? He dropped 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 kills, somewhere in that outlandishly high range.
Pretty high up there.
He broke double digits quite effortlessly, as he was literally just a runaway freight train that just ran over every single member of G2. So far through that round, he did the exact same thing with Mousesports. And when you've got as strong of an operator as Maestro, it makes the job a little bit easier, and the inhuman skills of Leon as well, just as a player. Bodes well for the rest of your team. If he can stay hot, it's going to be a very difficult prospect for Mousesports to be able to really put anything together against a player who could just consume a game. See it time and time again.
Yeah, when Leon is really fragging out, he is unstoppable. He wins almost every fight he takes, and that's especially true on Villa, I think. Not only a good map for Secret, but Leon specifically, and speak of the devil, and he will frag out. Gomfy eliminated by Leon early on in the round.
I don't think that's the saying. Speak of the devil and he will frag out.
I don't know what you're talking about, Parker.
I mean, it's a pretty common.
I'm just gonna go with it.
It's a pretty common.
I'm sticking with it.
Pretty
okay.
common saying here. So
I'm doing it.
And he's in 90 right now as Leon Gids is just looking all the way down the hallway. There's two bodies from Mousesports who are stacked up for the time being. You got Slebin and Shate there, and could possibly wind up. And oh, what a great shot from the superpower player, Slebin himself, eliminating Leon Gids, and that will be the Maestro off the board, and the reign of terror that was being established by the 3 armor will be gone. Slebin picks up kill number 2 on Meepy, as that was a bit of a choice decision for Meepy to push on out, and then hello, Fonkers asleep at the wheel. Shate, great positioning and good heads-up play for that bullet pen kill. So Gomfy perishes, but the rest of his team will bathe in the sacrifice as they pick up 3 kills after losing 1 of their own. Mousesports are in good position. They've got lots of time to work with as well, so it's just under half of the round left to play. They'll push on up towards trophy and statuary doors.
A kill from Leon, still the only one here on the side of Team Secret. They need to start getting more in their way, but you gotta expect Mousesports to just be able to out-muscle Team Secret at this point. You've got one player able to refrag no matter what. If Mousesports stays together, they shouldn't be able to lose this round. It would come down to some serious heroics from CZ and Lems for that to happen. CZ over by the master side. He knows the push is coming from the south, and he's trying to establish crossfire. This is an aggressive play from Lems, and he will be detected, luckily, to Mousesports. He starts getting lit up. He will down Wilkie on the floor, but not able to be picked up. Bennett's the last 2 frags for Mouse. They will take the round, and that's their first in this match.
Good answer back on a site that has proved very difficult for 3 teams now to defend successfully. G2, Lestream, not having much success on Trophy Statuary. Continues over to Secret as well. So, falling just a bit short.
Yeah, I gotta hand it to Mousesports for getting those picks on the roam on the far south side of the building. In fact, they were able to get so much manpower advantage early on. It's very impressive, despite the pick that Leon managed to get holding on 90. The majority of the action in that round transpired, in fact, on the south side of the building, despite it being a trophy statuary hole. We'll see if Secret decide to change things up here and be a little more focused on the anchor play, or if they are going to continue to attempt to roam. So you can see currently the only one really awake on the side of Secret is Leon. Well, it's really close to Easy right behind him, but yeah, not a whole lot of frags coming the way of Secret just yet. But it's only 2 rounds in. On the third, so plenty of time.
It's a story of individual performances so far between the two teams, right?
Yeah, certainly.
Keep a close eye on Fonkers. This is his very first Pro League match that he will play.
Yeah.
I believe, if I remember correctly, we saw him at DreamHack Winter playing on the M&M roster, who are now in Challenger League, called what, like Marshmallows and Molotovs, or Molotovs and Marshmallows, or
Something like that, yeah.
Something along those lines. M&M Gaming. It's just another one of those acronyms that is used to describe the team. And you can see them on Challenger League, actually, every Monday night at 7 p.m. Central European Time, as we mentioned at the start of the broadcast. It's always interesting to see a player get their feet wet when it comes to playing in Pro League, because there's a lot of expectations on you, especially coming into a team that is trying to stave off relegation. For Fonkers, if he can't make an immediate impact on this roster, or if he isn't what Secret needs, or if Secret misuses him, his tenure in Pro League might be quite short. It might only end up being 7 games, which is a bit of a sobering prospect, so to speak, and one that those expectations can be the undoing of really good players. So, like I said, keep an eye on him and see the way that Secret uses him.
Chete looking for the angle on the detected enemy inside of Bar, but Fonkers is going to be able to take him out from a different angle, just inside of Aviator. These roamers really working out right now for Team Secret. mousesports starting to trip up a little bit. Leon's going to lose his fight to Slevin, though, and that's really good control in favor of mousesports, as they will now have 90. But oh no, Steezy doubles up, and what a shot to eliminate Gomfi at the end of the west hallway. He's also going to open up a rotation hole, allowing his teammate Meepy to fall back when necessary. Fonkers is still holding on true to Aviator, though, so it's not necessary to retreat at this point. He'll get his second kill in this round onto Slevin. The roam clear for Mouse is completely destroyed.
We saw Wilkie rotating as well downstairs, possibly trying to get to the aid of his team. He still has his 2 smoke grenades, so there are tools at his disposal. And speaking of disposal, it'll be Fonkers thrown into the waste bin there, as Wilkie is able to get a very easy kill onto the Mute, who's just a bit unaware of the positioning of the other opponents. So, I mean, you have study now. You don't really know exactly what full control you have. There's no real urgency on mousesports' side of things. Both Wilkie and Bonesy taking their time, just plodding on through. There's nobody playing 90, so you've got clear passage all the way into the site. Secretly are very firmly holding on over towards the Astros side of things. But it's a double kill. Alems is there and Steez is there for the other. Or Stiz, rather. I always struggle with his name, but apparently it's Stiz.
Stiz?
Stiz. So Secret picking up 2, and 2 much-needed rounds as well. This is a massive hurdle for Secret if they're able to get past Mouse and be able to tie up Na'Vi. Of course, Na'Vi and Penta will be our final match of the day, so you never really know what's going to come of that. But these are points that you cannot leave on the table if you're Secret.
Absolutely right. Well, again, at this point, Team Secret are fighting to avoid relegation. And if they're able to get a win here against Mouse, that's going to really advance their cause. See that Mouse has woken up, and so has Secret in response. Everyone's starting to contribute here. It's going to be Aviator once more, as it has just now opened up for mousesports, or rather Team Secret. They were successful when they went to Aviator the very first time, and it was a pretty decent defense. A lot of it coming down to Leon and his 4K, of course. And you can't rely on that happening every single time. So, we'll see if it will happen again as we go here once more. Now, the last time Mouse tried to clear out the roamers in the previous round, they really struggled. A lot of it actually came down to Fonkers specifically, which you got to hand it to him, you know, really new. And he manages to, almost single-handedly it seemed, stop mousesports in their tracks as they were attempting to clear towards Trophy. That's a really good round. And yes, okay, I will acknowledge that he got caught with his pants down on the bottom floor. Well, not the bottom floor, I guess the middle floor. But still had a good round. Gotta hand it to him on those frags.
Both times we went to Statuary and Trophy. It works. You go back to Aviator. The site that worked out well for Secret. Finally, we actually have a team that wins Statue on defense. It happened.
True.
It happened once actually. Lestream won it on their second defense, and that was it.
Yeah, well, I think while they defended the site successfully, they were also roaming off-site quite substantially. So.
Goodbye Fonkers, as his debut is being swiftly shut down by somebody else who's relatively new to Pro League and only has a handful of games under his belt, which is Sleben, who has just been fragging out so well, being the tip of the spear for Mouse, as they looked all the way from Master into the Statue and Trophy sites knowing that they can hold on to that control. Lems gets the kill for Secret, on to Wilkie, and once again, Mousesports has denied some critical utility. The only set of smokes is gone, and the Jackal will not be a factor this time. So you still got the disruption from Jate if you really need it, but overall, it's more of just a frag lineup for Mousesports for the time being, and they're not going to have a lot of tools that they can really use to try and pin Secret down. If Secret knows this and understands the importance of that pick onto Wilkie, then Secret can get really aggressive and basically try to force Mousesports to use that utility on the roamers or flex players and keep the rest of Secret who's playing on site safe. That would be Stiz and Leon. There's a minute to go. Both teams have 4 still alive. This could possibly get messy. Leon gets us off site. Just inside of Study here, watching the stairs, but Michael, it doesn't look like anybody's there.
Yep. I think good to pay attention to the flanks, but I've actually got somebody playing on that staircase, so I'm not sure why they are. It's a curious way that we've seen both teams set themselves up. Mouse looking for a pick, but not able to get it. That was Gomfy. At least he's baited out one of the gas canisters, but with only 30 seconds left, it's going to be a tight one here for Mousesports no matter what. One gas canister left for Stiz, and he's getting ready to throw it. Looks like it's going to actually not detonate, or whatever that was. Still has one in hand. Gomfy, though, just proning his way in, will take out a Lems. That's a comical kill, but a double one for him as well, as he manages to get all of the mainline Anchor Force there for Secret. No denial here for Secret right now, as they see the plant going down. They're not able to do anything about it, and it's a flurry of kills there for Secret, though, and they're trying to fight back. 1 versus 2 here for Meepy, but a tricky spot, as he has to go into a crossfire in order to get this disabled. And in fact, Gomfy from behind is going to make his job even more difficult. He pushes into Study, but can't land the shots, and Jate will land his. Mouse will take the round.
Meepy's able to land those shots onto Jate, and you have a completely different round there, because Gomfy wasn't really close enough to close that gap as quickly as he needed to, even as the 3-speed of Ash. So maybe almost turning that round around, but ultimately stumbling and falling a little short. Thank you for the fist bump, Michael. It boosts my confidence and makes me feel better about my casting. I appreciate that.
That was the intention.
All things tied up now is it will be a successful defense on Aviator first time, but it will fall just short for Secret this time. They have Aviator open again in Statuary, or Trophy in Statuary. We're open next time, but my, they're going to go down to the kitchen for Secret's 5th defense. One more will await the joint UK and French squad of Secret, who have had some pretty good rounds, but ultimately, Leon has missed a couple shots, Meepy has missed a couple shots, and it's looking very similar to what we saw from Chaos and Empire, where it's just, if you can't win your gun battles, it doesn't really matter whether you're defenders or attacking, it doesn't really matter whether you have utility or not. You just simply got to be able to hit the shots that pop up in front of you, and that, for Secret, has not been the case the last 2 rounds.
It seems like it's a back and forth here of which team is performing. Between Mouse and Secret, I mean. Lots of rounds that seem to go one way. The last one, for example, because Gomfy was able to inch his way into the bomb site and get 2 frags early on. There was no point where I was thinking to myself, yeah, Secret can bring this back. And that was all thanks to an individual performance from Gomfy. We've been seeing a lot of that as well. One of those rounds where Secret were the ones who were dominant. A 4K from Leon. And at no point was I thinking, oh yeah, Mouse can bring this back. A surprise there from Leon, and he'll be able to take out 1. Gomfy taken down, and Sleben refrags, yes, but somewhere else entirely. And Leon's still very much in play. With only 25 HP, he's definitely going to be easy to dispatch, but so is Sleben. So it's an even exchange here so far between these teams. Sleben also gets his 2nd kill there. Leon goes down, and here we go, Steezy with the refrag, but again, very much elsewhere.
The smokes from Mousesports just have not really happened at all. Wilkie keeps finding himself in the line of fire, and he's just not in the right place at the right time. That's a mistake that will really need to be corrected by Mouse in their next round, but it will also bode poorly for them on defense if Wilkie gets maybe a bit too aggressive and too cute when Secret goes on to attack. And it's utility for Mousesports that's down, and thank goodness for Mouse that they have Sleben, because he's been the real focal point for this team. He's been killing everything that pops in his way. A C4 from Fonkers will go. Great connection, but there wasn't that much left of Sleben to get.
Surveying.
Still, frag's a frag, and now the man advantage. Secret have to defend for quite a lot, though. 1 minute, 20 seconds. So let's see, Chat, they have a lot of time to evaluate the situation. Lems will detect one player outside of Laundry and call that out to his team. Goes for even a dry peek and manages to see the visual. It's just going to be slow play here from both squads. Secret, rightfully so, as they just need but wait to win this round. In the hands of Mousesports, though, they need to be a little bit more aggressive. Get some picks, bring things back in their favor. They're going for a pretty bare-bones attack here into Laundry, and this is very dangerous. What a shot from Fonkers. And he's going for another one. The follow-up, will it be there? No. Boonsey lands his as well. It's the highest skill that we have in this match, and he's the last one alive.
He's just going to wander in. He finds one. He's looking for another, but he's trapped in the barbed wire, and he can't get through the opening. He'll have to go prone and get his way out, and he'll put himself in a 1v1 against Stiz. What could be a really harrowing prospect now. Bonesy is so low on HP here, and he's going to creep on up. Oh no, his position given away on the camera, trying to bait it out as he races the barricade, and Stiz with a shotgun in hand is in excellent position to shut this one down. Time will be the undoing of Bonesy, who's going to be vulnerable for just a second as he goes for a plant. But Bonesy around the corner, and Stiz will shut it down. No magic for the Mousesports player who came so close to being able to clutch it and keep his team in the fight. But Secret will guarantee themselves at least 3 of the 6 rounds on their defense here on Villa. Mousesports still in a position to walk away, drawing that half. That's the final defense for Team Secret, and we'll see what they put together.
That was a really close one for sure, but honestly, again, it's one of those situations where each of these rounds appear to be going one team's direction, and they stay on that track for what feels like the entire round. The way that that was defended was quite interesting from Team Secret. Again, the roaming has been so important for both teams, and in both matches we've seen Villa played so far today. Whether it's important because it's allowing the attacking team to hit the site with relatively light defense on site, or it's important because the roamers stop the roam clear dead in its tracks. It's been happening either way, but quite frequently is, well, the main story in these rounds, as it was in that last. I mean, that early pick, we saw, I believe it was Gomfi, get eliminated by Leon in the main hallway upstairs. Yeah, I mean, that's the roamer, but that's also mostly, in my opinion, just a lack of information gathering on the side of Mousesports, and something that has been costing them a lot. You talked about how Wilkie's smokes have not been really relevant at all because he keeps getting picked off. But what about his Jackal as well? I mean, that's the same thing. Imagine if the Jackal traps had been a little bit more influential in these rounds. Maybe we'd see less random free picks for Team Secret.
I don't even know if it's necessarily the Jackal tracks. It's also that we haven't really seen anything out of Wilkie, not in terms of getting on the scoreboard, but also I cannot stress enough how important it is that the only set of smokes that are being brought from Mouse that can essentially cut off parts of the site and force Team Secret to have to get aggressive when they're playing down on that site, or bleed out their utility in terms of the nitro cells or in terms of the toxic canisters from the smoke of Stiz, that it just hasn't been a factor for Mouse because Wilkie is dying almost needlessly. He keeps putting himself in positions where he's not gaining anything. Speaking of, Leon has been in a very similar predicament. After his hot start to this match, he's cooled off. And he's cooled off in a hurry, actually.
Yeah.
Continuously finding himself in fights that he's not winning. He might be capable of winning, but he's not doing what's needed. He's established this sort of beachhead right now with Meepy, and there goes Leon Wilkie on the board, and he's going to be involved in the very first kill of this round, but he's going to be on the better end of it. Fonkers will jump in to take out Bonesy. The marks were coming in, and Meepy could have capitalized off that as well. The Scorpion does so much damage at close range. Could have been able to tear through multiple. But it's Comfy watching the cover as Meepy is not able to get out of the room alive. And will once again go back in favor of Mousesports, as Secret will find themselves battling from behind.
That was a little bit disheartening to see there from Meepy. He had an opportunity, and the reason he didn't capitalize on it is because of his past experience on that position where he kept getting shut down. But then when he eventually does go for a play, well, the opportunity is gone. That chip is sailed, and, well, he gets shut down again. You have to imagine that mentally Meepy is in a bit of a hole after every time playing in that position on the west hallway door. Lems, though, going to take out Comfy, who is pushing up to this doorway into B. And that one pick, we're back to an even man count, this time 3-3. So it's a decent spot for both teams, all things considered. Smoke's still in play, but they might be getting caught by the Jaeger ADSs in this situation.
This is a great pixel angle as well. Could be very difficult. He's just going to back up a touch. Cede a little bit of that ground and let them walk right in. There's 3 bodies. One of them is going to get cut down. Lems is just waiting. He's going to get Jackal tracked, but he capitalizes. Finds Shate. Wilkie takes out Fonkers. Good work from the Jackal. Wilkie's on in, bursts in, picks up another kill. And the Jackal is going to continue to go. But it's him versus Stiz. This is a tough prospect for him to be in. Stiz is going to wander on up. Wilkie falls off, and what a clutch from Stiz as Secret ends up surviving the scare. And the Smoke's patience rewarded as Wilkie knew the push was coming in, knew the marks were coming in, but he had to move fast and not fast enough. A good bounce back from Wilkie in particular, but Mousesports just not able to get close enough. And Secret will take the first half on defense 4-2.
So, defense, yes, being the favored side is going to definitely work in Secret's favor, but overall, that was a pretty good half, and they looked very strong throughout. A lot of the roaming from Secret was also especially impressive. You've got to hand it to them for making that work on a map like Villa. Now, this is curious. Going into the second half, we did not see any Nomad from Mousesports, but here on the side of Team Secret, we're seeing plenty. Well, at least so far. It was the first round for Team Secret's attack, but they're out the gate already with the Nomad, and we'll see how much that's going to influence these rounds. You know, I'm always curious when the new operators come into play, how they're going to change things up, and I think Nomad has a lot of potential to really upset the meta. Same thing with Kaid. So, about to find out here. Kaid not very, I don't think he's very powerful on this map. There's some moments where you could definitely use him, but this isn't where he shines. So Nomad, on the other hand, I think universally powerful. And it was curious that we didn't see any or much from Mousesports, at least.
I'm actually kind of surprised with how little Kaid we've seen.
I mean, I'm not... I feel like he's situational. He's definitely really powerful in certain spots, but I feel like he's much more situational than Nomad, for example. Nomad is always good.
I also think that Kaid is kind of held back from the fact that his weapons aren't really that great.
True.
Speaking of weapons, Comfy has one in hand, and he gets very close to being able to take out both Fonkers and Meepy as 2 bodies from Secret inside of the master bathroom. Came tantalizingly close to the Jaeger, but he'll fall off. And now Fonkers, it's caught out, but what a reflexive snap! And he punishes Comfy, even though the Sophia will lose a lot of HP. They say that Fonkers is bonkers, and well, it's well-earned when he makes those kinds of shots. It's now Sleben tasked with trying to hold this all together. Steez eliminates Shate. Stiz, rather. We're still trying to figure that one out. Alems takes out Sleben, and Secret, a great entry. Once again, this control over by Astro that we've seen from a lot of attacking teams is very punishing. Difficult for the defenders to really be able to do all that much with.
So far in that round, I mean, you got to really hand it to Fonkers for landing that shot. If he hadn't, this would be a very different round. Leon's going to eliminate Wilkie as well. Boonsty in a 1 versus 5. I mean, it could happen. There's potential. You can't count him out. He's got 3 gas canisters, 2 impacts, and a great kit, but he's going to walk into a doorway and die. A perfect round, I believe, from Team Secret, and a very impressive one. Again, I will say, though, if Fonkers, hadn't landed that shot on Astro Stairs, I really think that we would have seen a different round, because Comfy was in a seriously powerful position there. He would have been able to deny the push in through bathroom, and that would have stalled out the attack from Team Secret. They would have had to push into statuary instead, and that's going to stack them up, allowing the other roamers to potentially punish them. But Fonkers is bonkers. So, I love that. Team Secret now in commanding lead, 5-2, and they're going to get to go to Aviator. Or rather, they're going to have to attack onto Aviator as Mouse goes back to Aviator. Pardon me.
Aviator's been traditionally a pretty good site for most of these defending teams. Secret is able to win this site, and they'll move on to match point, secure themselves at least 1 point of the possible 3 that are on the board right now for both of these teams. I gotta say, I'm a bit surprised with how weak Mouse has looked so far. Secret has played all right, don't get me wrong, but Mouse has committed an awful lot of mistakes. And I think it's a little suspect. Their drone work doesn't seem to be all that great. Their communication and entry hasn't been the strongest.
I'm not surprised. I mean, it feels like Mouse is the team that people have been trying to root for a long time, and when they get on a roll, something happens. I'm worried about them. I am, but it's not a shocking thing when Mouse suddenly, unexpectedly, just doesn't perform as we expect them to, because they've always had so much talent on this roster, but the consistency just has not been there. So surprising to me, no, but sad at the same time, yeah. But it's not over yet. They could bounce this back. Remember, it's Villa defense, and while they did lose their first defense, there's potential for them to keep things going and bring this to OT.
Leon Gids.
I'm sorry, closer to a draw.
Leon Gids just narrowly missing out on a kill there, actually. The bit of hesitation on his part was not superb there. It could have been an opportunity to crack things open for Secret, who have been on a roll so far through these 7 rounds. Now on the 8th round, taking their sweet time. 90 seconds or half of the round, as more people know it. It's been eclipsed at this point, and Secret appears to be walking in largely blind. I mean, where are you going to go? There's no study pressure at all, so it's going to be a push from over on the Master side of things. Still got the Maestro playing on 90 as there's multiple bodies from Secret, and this is prime opportunity for Shate to peek on out, and then Alda can just gun them all down. Secret is not aware of the fact that Shate has fallen off, and he has sought refuge within side of the site. There's Gonfi eliminates Meepy. Meepy has not been having the greatest of games so far. Fonkers will trade off Gonfi as we see the Zofia starting to warm up on Secret's side of things, awaiting another body to push in from study. There's Fonkers, who just dares not blink. Leon Gids is going to be over to apply pressure at a different angle and maybe feed Fonkers a kill. That's going to be Wilkie. See if he's going to be able to do anything. The Jackal's at the window, and maybe he's going to have to retreat. Possibly get away with his life intact. Leon Gids unable to capitalize. Fonkers will pick up his second kill. Down goes Slebin, who's been a superstar for Mouse so far in this matchup, and it's been a big reason as to why Mouse Sports have been able to hang as tough as they have. Not a lot of time left to work with. Leon Gids will put more pressure on to Wilkie this time, trying to figure out where he lands. Stiz taking out Shate, and Lem's going for the plant as there's Stiz picking up another kill. Wilkie has his back to it, and he's got nowhere to go. Leon Gids jumps on in, and that's Secret now moving to match point. Looking just as good as the Secret of old. Whether it was Fonkers going onto the team or not, this has been a renewal for Secret, who need it, as they currently sit at the bottom of EU Pro League looking to make that climb, and they've got at least 1 of 3 possible points. This round could determine if they're able to pick up 2 more.
A little bit of a sad moment if you're a Mouse fan. It's not over yet, but they cannot get a win in this match, so not a great position for them. They'll be going to Trophy Statuary. They've tried Aviator twice now, and it has not worked thus far. Not going to try it a 3rd time. I think that's sensible. Don't know that this change is going to really matter in the long run. Steve's having an amazing match, as you can see, and Fonkers is indeed very good. And that's cool to see when you have a new player come in and immediately really perform. It's the same thing with Slebin. I mean, when we saw Slebin start playing for Mouse Sports, it was the same story. He just, right off the bat, looked like an excellent player. So, nice to see that happen. Both these teams have their own player that fits that little window. Setup here from Mouse, pretty standard fare. The Operator's pretty standard as well. The Nomad has been, I believe, a pretty substantial driving force for Team Secret, but it's really hard to catch the influence of that operator, to be honest with you. It happens in a flash, and it's not often on screen, as it's usually nowhere near the action. Though you have to imagine it has been helping Team Secret lock out those flanks. There is something to be said, though, about Meepy's performance so far in this match. It hasn't been fantastic.
Fabian had a really great quote, actually, in an interview that he did, basically saying that you have to play every round as if there's a Maverick on the board. And I'd imagine a lot of teams on defense play with great trepidation, worrying that there's going to be a Nomad in a position to possibly catch you off guard. You know, both these teams have been running Nomad very liberally. They know, for a matter of fact, that there's going to be a Nomad on the board, and you have to be very apprehensive with the way that you push because you can get caught out by an air jab real fast.
Well, worrying about those flanks being cut off, of course, is something that Mouse will have to tussle with, but Gomfi getting a little aggressive there onto Fonkers, and he's not going to land his shots this time, but Gomfi will. The follow-up, though, will be shut down by Lems. It's an excellent shot there onto Gomfi. Wilkie refracts from Gunvault, but will be down through the soft wall that was left by the Gunvault. Doesn't seem like Secret is aware of this just yet, but that's not the end of the world. It's unlikely Mouse will be able to retrieve Wilkie in that position.
See if they can get him back up. It does look like Slebin's in a position to try and do so, but he's under fire for the time being and almost gets downed. He's downed as well. This is a cleanup from Alems. He finds Slebin looking possibly for Wilkie, who's got a death timer on him. He's just sitting, waiting, protected. His kneecap might be shown, but this might be a tough prospect to see if anybody's going to be able to do anything with it. Meepy gets blinded, but he's got the Jackal ping there. And Secret in a position to lock this one away. Shate is taking quite a bit of damage, very similar to where Alems is sitting at in HP. And where's Bonesy? He's going to need to do his best. We're back over in Trophy Statuary, so even though Aviator and all that is now cleared out, it's going to need to be Secret pushing on up. Meepy's position given away as down goes Shate, and Bonesy will need to be the last lone hope between a possible victory for Secret. Another round on the board for Mousesports. Secret desperately need these 3 points, and a win is what is in their current viewpoint. There comes Bonesy around the corner. He'll punish Leon Gids, but he's so low on HP. There's an opportunity for both Meepy and Alems to be able to shut him down. Lots of information will be at the disposal here as Meepy hears the presence of the smoke. Toxic canister goes down. Plant is successful, and the job of Bonesy just got an awful lot harder. He's got the double doorways to possibly go through, and the marks are gone as all the information has fled the site. A Claymore in place as Bonesy tries to smoke off the door. And he's gone. There's Meepy to clean things up, and a big win for Secret. Only their second of the season, and it comes at as good of a time as ever. Here's a lesson for you. If you're Secret, go to Villa. You're going to win your games.
Yeah, it's, I believe, the only map that they have actually won on, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
So, yeah, one that you just don't want to take Team Secret to, and now everybody knows that, and they should be well aware that it's something they ban. Also, the debut there from